Hello everyone, and in this video we'll be discussing about the roadmap to crack JEE Main 2025. First, let us start by discussing the timeline. Let us assume that the examination is going to start from or after 20th of January 2025. From last 2 years, if you have checked, you may have realized that the examination has usually started after 20th of January. So most probably next year also the same thing they're gonna follow. And I want you guys to complete the syllabus by 15th of December 2024. And completion of the syllabus, in the sense, I don't say that you have to complete like 100% syllabus, like A to Z, everything you should know. If you know 80% of the chapters very well, and like rest of the chapters also, if you just go through, just know the formulas, and it's fine. What I'm trying to say is, till 15th of December, whatever you've studied, that is enough. After 15th of December, don't go and start studying something that is new or something which I've not at all studied. If it is a one or two chapters, it's absolutely okay if you don't go through that. So what I say is, complete the syllabus by 15th of December, and after 15th of December till your exam date, I want you guys to revise everything, give full mock test exam. I'll come to that later in this video. So yes, I want you guys to revise after 15th of December, and there's roughly about 5 to 6 months for your examination. And what to do in during this 5 to 6 months? So I would suggest, and the only, what do you say, tip which I would like to share is, solve the previous year questions of JEE Main, at least 2 to 3 years of the year 2021 to 2024, and have specified the order in which you have to solve. That is, first focus on 2024, then 23, then 22, then 21. And it is very, very important. At least solve 2 to 3 times, which is very important, and learn the concepts from the previous year questions. What I'm trying to say is, solve the previous year question. You will see, you will obviously all the previous year questions, there is some or other concept or the formula is used in them, or the theory, whatever it is. Write whatever you have learned from that question in a separate notebook, and make sure you revise that notebook daily or every alternative day. And about solving the previous year question, how to solve a previous year question and why it is important, I have made a video regarding that. You can go check it out in my channel. So make sure you learn the concept from previous questions, is very, very important. And no need to solve the questions of your coaching material, or your reference books that you have. Don't solve. See, first of all, you only have 6 months. In this 6 months, there is a lot to study, a lot of syllabus to complete, a lot of questions to solve. Like, you really don't have time. So in that case, don't solve the coaching material. I would suggest, it's can be time consuming. Not only that, why I'm very much emphasizing on solving previous questions is that about 70% of the questions are actually repeating in the sense, not the value of the question is repeating. The questions are asked of different values, but the pattern or the concept which is asked in the question is repeating. And that is, I have proved that in another video. You can go check it out on my channel. So that's it. And subject wise plan, I would say, for physics, maths, and physical chemistry, so mainly you have to study is formula based in the sense, basically in the subjects, involvement of theory is very, very less. If you go through the questions, they're mainly asked is formula based. And physics theory is asked, yes, it is asked, but it is asked in a very little amount. Usually formula based questions are only asked. Yes, physics theory is asked, but yes, you, if you go through the previous question, theory is also asked. So give importance to theory for physics also, but mainly it is formula based study. And for organic and inorganic chemistry, it is usually theory, as such. Like, see, organic chemistry, it is also like, they are asking problems only, but the thing is that you shouldn't have theoretical knowledge in organic chemistry in order to solve the problems. Without having that, you can't solve. For organic chemistry, I would suggest, please make sure you learn general organic chemistry and hydrocarbons, which is the base of the organic chemistry. If you don't learn that, it is very, very difficult to solve the questions of organic chemistry, and also to study the uh, other chapters of organic chemistry that you have in 12th. It is very difficult. So make sure you learn the theory of this subjects, organic chemistry mainly, so that you can solve the previous year questions without any difficulty. And if you consider for maths and physics and all, if you first solve the previous question, then you go for theory, it's still fine. Because what I'm trying to say is, they are mainly formula based questions. So if you understood what kind of formula to use over there, it is easier to study the theory when you go through the theory, right? That is what I'm trying to say. So, and 80 percentage of your time should be given to problem solving, and 20 percentage of your time should be given to theory every day when you study. And for physics, make sure you also solve the previous questions of 2019 also. Why I'm saying this is that, from 2021, the level of questions in physics has been decreased. Yes, the level has been decreased. It is physics questions, if you check, it is usually asking about NCRT level almost, except for few questions. Almost NCRT level only they are asking, and the level has been decreased very well. But in 2019, if you check the physics questions, that was a little bit difficult. It had a good amount of level and good amount of concepts they have been asked. So I would suggest, if just in case in the upcoming JEE Main, if they ask if they ask the questions of physics a little bit difficult, if you're being prepared before in hand, it will be very very helpful. So solve the previous questions of 2019 for physics. And for max, the level has been increased so much. It's like max has been asked in the point of J advanced level. That is the truth. From 2021, the level of max has been increased, and it is basically a rank determining subject in JEE Main examination. So if you're someone who is, worried about max, what to do about max, I would suggest focus on these following chapters, that is matrices, determinants, you have vector and 3D. Then I would suggest to go for sequence series. First, solve these chapters, previous year questions of these chapters. I'm not saying these chapters are very very easy, but compared to other chapters, these chapters are easy. And not only that, they're actually doable. If you solve a good amount of previous year questions, they're actually doable. These the questions of these chapters. So I would suggest, make sure you solve this. I'm not telling only study these chapters and go. Yes, you have to give importance to mathematics, because mathematics is a rank determining subject in JEE Main. And as you all know, in 2024 JEE Main, the competition have increased. About 14 lakh students wrote this examination, and I would say one third are like NEET students who have written, because they consider JEE Main as their backup option. They simply study only two subjects, that is physics and chemistry, and they just write the examination. They get 98 percentile, and they like literally increase the competition. So you guys are struggling to get admission into the college, because like, if you check, the majority of 98 percentile students who have secured 98 percentile are NEET students, yes. And simply by studying physics and chemistry, they're scoring that. And if you're someone who is trying to adopt that ideology and trying to score 98% by simply studying physics and chemistry, so I would suggest, don't do that. See, you have an opportunity to, like, increase your ranks. If physics and chemistry, everyone will study. If you want to outshine the competition, and if you want to be the real part of the competition, then you have to study max, and you have to give equal importance to max and comparing to physics and chemistry. Yes, and that doesn't mean that the whole day you will be studying maths and ignoring physics and chemistry. No, you should give equal importance to all three subjects. If you can give importance to maths also a little bit more compared to physics and chemistry, study these chapters, and also slowly study the other chapters also. And the thing in maths is that, for example, I would say, a question they've asked from the concept of sets, that sets chapter which you study in class 11. Then probability and conic section, these three, what do you say, chapters, concepts are mixed, and they've asked a question in JEE Main. And you might think the question is hard, but the question is actually easy. See, if it becomes easy when you solve such questions of the previous year question. Just need to solve previous year questions. No need to do anything else in maths and other subjects also. Make sure you do it very well. And first study these chapters, because this chapter, I'm not saying these chapters is like 100% easier, but it is little bit easier compared to other chapters if you solve these previous year questions, and it will be easier to solve. That is I'm suggesting that you learn these chapters first, then slowly study the other chapters. Yes, integration, differentiation, make sure you learn that also. The questions are can be look scarier in the beginning, but if you practice it very well, it will be easier to solve, trust me. Okay. Next I would like to say is about weekly examinations. Make sure you give chapter wise and unit wise. Chapter wise you give when you start studying, and unit wise after a month or so you can start giving unit wise examination. And your most of the coaching will be conducting this chapter wise and unit wise examination. Follow their examinations, that is fine. And from the last 40 days, give full syllabus test at least twice a week, and simply don't give examination. Make sure you analyze the mistakes and make improvements, and make a mistake notebook which will help you, to analyze your mistakes and make sure you won't repeat those mistakes again. And another important factor which I would like to say is time management, which is very important. You might be wondering how the NEET students are, who just simply study uh, physics and chemistry, and they score 98 percentile with the ease, and you guys are not able to score by studying physics and chemistry the same 98 percentile. Why, and why is it like that? The thing is that for NEET students, they only study physics and chemistry, two subjects. They have 3 hours time, because they are completely ignoring mathematics because they don't know. So with the 2 hours of time, they only have to focus. Sorry, it's my bad. Sorry, only 3 hours of time. They only have to focus on two subjects, and that is like a win-win case for them, because it's similar. Because physics and chemistry, they have a lot of time to solve in 3 hours, and just like they don't have any tension as such or stress. But you guys, thing is that you will only focus on physics and chemistry also, but somewhere here and there you will also focus on maths also, right? So for you, what happens is that you write the examination in what do you say, 3 hours. You have three subjects. Even though you ignore mathematics, you won't ignore it completely, because you are learning it from here and there. Coaching, also you have learned it here and there. In mock tests also you have written max, right? So you have studied it here and there, not thoroughly. That's a problem. So what happens is that you have physics and chemistry, and somewhere here and there you want to solve mathematics also for the solvable questions, but you're not doing that also. And not only that, without practice, the questions are lengthy to solve, which is time consuming. So what I suggest, the tip for time management is that you solve the easy questions of all three subjects. Yes, max also they can ask easy questions which requires less calculations. They can ask. When you read the question, you will realize that they, not all the questions I'm saying, very few questions of easy questions in max they are asking. So physics, chemistry, mathematics, all three subjects, solve the, you know easy questions first, then solve the moderate questions, then solve the very difficult question that you're not able to solve, which you will usually keep it for the last, right? Solve them. You can do that. Or what you can do is, you have 3 hours examination, right? So 1.5 hours, what you do is you give 1.5 hours for physics and chemistry first. Solve all the questions within 1.5 hours of physics and chemistry. Then solve the mathematics, rest of the mathematics questions for 1.5 hours. In that way you can, complete the examination. Or you can do is like for 1 hour you give for physics and chemistry, only solve physics and chemistry, then you solve for 2 hours mathematics, which is a hell lot of time. And see, you don't have to strictly follow any time management rule or pattern or anything like that. Whatever question, see, if you do question of maths or physics, the thing is that you want to get plus 4 marks itself, right? Whichever question you solve. So you have to think smart when you write the examination. And this, what to say, smart work or planning, it is only possible if you give a lot of mock examinations of full syllabus unit wise. Then only you will get, you know, the idea of how to solve in when you're getting stressed or when you're having tension, how to solve the questions. And that is how you make this habit. So when you uh, give this mock examinations, the thing that you should keep in your mind is that not only solving the questions and making correct answer is important. Along with that, you have to manage time, you have to manage your stress, your excitement. Yes, you can get excited when you write the examination, especially when you see a easy question and you know you have made it correct. But unfortunately, you will mark the wrong answer because of the excitement. Yes, you need to control that also. When you write when you write the exam, you can get excited, you can get tensed, you can get stressed out, pressurized. All kind of emotions can happen over there. So you have to control your emotions. You have to, you know right, to manage time. And I just simply said, my opinion about time management. No need to follow like, you should give 1 hour for physics and chemistry only, then you have to solve 2 hours for maths. Don't do that. See, I'm just giving my opinion. You don't have to follow like 100% like that, just sharing my opinion. But solving about the previous year questions, that is something which I would say you need to follow, which will work out, trust me. And lastly, revision and consistency is the key. If you have done everything whatever I've said in the beginning until this video, you see, there's a chance for you to crack the examination, but you have to revise and you have to be consistent. Then only you can, get the rank that you deserve, or the rank that you desire. I'm sorry, you have for the rank that you desire. Already, if you are not revising whatever you have studied, you're simply, right, simply studying, learning the previous year question, writing it down in a notebook, and you're not revising that notebook, it is not going to help you in a long run. You're going to forget like during the examination, and you'll be regretting, why did I revise? Okay, and you have to be consistent. Today you will study, tomorrow you're not studying, day after tomorrow you will study. See, don't do that. If you're studying it, study at least like minimum 8 hours at least, please study. If you can go for 10 hours itself, I don't say that I have to study 15, 16 hours a day. It's fine, it's okay. Study for 8 to 10 hours every day. Being consistent is very important. And if you're someone who, have never started or studying for entrance, or they're doing it for the first time, like some students you have seen, they have been studying for 2 to 3 years and all. If there's someone who is going to start from today itself, yes, in this 6 months you can crack this examination, and that is very much possible if you are provided, if you are following whatever I've said in this video, and your, most important point, revision and consistency. If you're doing it, yes, you can crack this examination, trust me. So thank you so much for watching this video, and wishing you all the best for JEE Main 2025. And yes, please start preparing from, if you're someone who have never, if you have not started preparing, start preparing by today, tomorrow. All right. So thank you so much for watching.